I am here today to break the logjam and provide Congress with a path forward to end the government shutdown and solve the crisis on the southern border.
We're currently in the middle of the longest government shutdown in American history over President Trump's campaign promise to build a wall along the southern border. But in keeping to that, he is also jeopardizing other priorities and promises he made on the campaign trail. First, and perhaps most ironically, is how this is affecting immigration policy and enforcement. Right now, Border Patrol agents down at the border still have to do their work. They're considered essential government workers, but they are unpaid in doing that work. Even before the government shutdown, there was a backlog of immigration cases, but now because of the shutdown, those courts are not taking up those cases, which means the backlog is going to get even worse. Another impact is that the E-Verify system is down, which means employers can't verify that their immigrant employees are here legally. President Trump came into office prioritizing the economy and jobs, and yet we now are seeing that this shutdown is negatively impacting GDP.
It probably already has cost us more than the amount of money the president's talking for the wall. And so, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer feel like, they're burning dollar bills. They're burning up money, and they've already burned up more GDP than the cost of the wall that the president's talking about.
Additionally, the Commerce Department is not publishing its economic data, which is information that policymakers, investors, all rely on for decision making.
Criminal justice reform. Everybody said it couldn't be done. We have secured $6 billion in new funding to combat opioids, the most money ever received in history.
One of President Trump's key legislative achievements is his criminal justice reform bill. But because of the shutdown, potentially thousands of federal prisoners are left in limbo who would otherwise be eligible for early release. Another major legislative achievement for President Trump was the law to address the opioid crisis in this country. But again, a lot of the programs in that law are in agencies that are now shut down, and so they have not been able to be implemented. Even though the 2020 presidential election is a little less than 2 years away, the White House and Congress, they're all thinking about how this shutdown is going to be impacting their re-election chances. In 2013, when Republicans shut down the government over Obamacare funding, they were able to hold the House and pick up seats in the Senate in 2014. But recent polling suggests that President Trump might be losing favor with some of his voters. The shutdown is all about his base. It's all about him keeping his campaign promises. But a quarter of his voters from 2016 have said they would consider not voting for him in 2020.